Welcome to This Explainer. Let me ask you something right off the bat. Do you truly know what your cat is silently craving? You probably think that giving them food, shelter, and some good old daily cuddles pretty much covers the whole shebang. But we're looking at some fascinating source material today that reveals a mind-blowing stat. 98% of owners are actually missing some absolutely vital things their cats desperately want. And honestly, it's not out of neglect. Not at all. It's literally just because we were never told these needs even existed.
So what exactly is your cat silently craving? Well, buckle up, because we are about to explore a total paradigm shift in how you view your feline best friend. What they really want taps into these deep, ancient survival instincts that, believe it or not, are still fully active right there in your living room today. Once you grasp these hidden secrets, I promise you, absolutely everything about their behavior is going to suddenly make complete sense.
All right, let's jump right into Section 1, Rethinking Food and Water, the Hunter's Physiology.
80%. Think about that number. Out in the wild, cats spend up to 80% of their waking hours hunting for food. And that's not just eating. We're talking stalking, pouncing, failing, and trying all over again. It is literally a full-time job for their brain and their body. Now, compare that to what most of us do at home. We scoop some dry kibble into a boring little bowl, set it on the kitchen floor, and just walk away. We've taken this incredibly agile animal that's built to solve complex problems, and we just handed them the answer on a silver platter every single time. And honestly, that total lack of mental stimulation, it's exactly what causes them to be bored out of their minds, which leads straight to those infamous 3 a.m. zoomies and those random out-of-nowhere ankle attacks in the hallway.
To prove just how vital this hunting instinct really is, researchers in the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery found something amazing. They found that making cats actually work for their meals using puzzle feeders resulted in a huge, significant drop in stress behaviors. And get this, they even lost excess weight. The really crucial takeaway here is that it wasn't because the actual food changed. Nope, it was because their brain finally had a job to do again. By hiding small portions around the house or making them kind of hunt for their meals, you're essentially giving them back the one thing that makes them feel alive.
Now let's think about water for a second. Consider the stark contrast between a quiet, still water bowl and a flowing, moving water fountain. If you've ever seen your cat completely ignore their fresh bowl of water, but then come sprinting into the kitchen the second you turn on the sink faucet, yeah, that is not just some cute, quirky behavior. That is a loud, blaring survival instinct. Cats are biologically wired to distrust still water because, out in the wild, still water equals stagnant bacteria. They inherently prefer moving water because their instincts tell them it's naturally cleaner, it's better oxygenated, and because their senses of motion and hearing are so dialed in, it's just way easier for them to locate.
This is an absolutely critical adjustment to make, mainly because cats have a notoriously low natural thirst drive. Evolving in dry climates, they traditionally got most of their hydration directly from their prey. As highlighted in the Journal of Veterinary Internal Medicine, providing a flowing water source actually causes them to drink significantly more water. You see, our indoor cats are already starting at a bit of a disadvantage when it comes to staying hydrated, so investing in a fresh, flowing fountain is absolutely crucial to prevent chronic dehydration, and that's a massive, silent trigger for severe kidney disease and urinary issues later in life. Keep it flowing, keep it clean, and you could literally add years to their life.
Okay, moving right along to Section 2, Scent and Territory, the Invisible World. Now, here is a staggering biological difference between us and our cats. We humans have about 5 million scent receptors. Cats, 200 million. I mean, wow, that is a massive multiplier. What this means in practical terms is that when you walk past the litter box and think to yourself, it smells clean enough, your cat is actually picking up every single microscopic particle in there. To their highly sensitive nose, our human standard of clean enough is completely overwhelmingly disgusting. And it's not just unpleasant for them. It's actually terrifying. Research in the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery confirms that cats will actively avoid boxes that haven't been meticulously scooped. It is so important to realize that avoiding the litter box isn't some behavioral flaw, and they definitely aren't doing it out of spite. Cats are hardwired to bury their waste to hide their scent from predators, so a dirty box with ammonia buildup means they literally can't hide their scent, and that triggers this deep instinctual panic that they are exposed and unsafe.
So, the crucial point here is providing the exact territorial math and the thorough cleaning protocol required to make your cat feel secure. The golden rule, it's 1 box per cat plus 1 extra. Seriously, if you have 2 cats, you need 3 boxes. They are highly territorial about sharing bathroom space. And just scooping? Yeah, that isn't enough. You need to completely dump the litter, scrub the actual box itself, and start entirely fresh every single week. Doing this removes that invisible ammonia buildup that irritates their respiratory system and keeps all that territorial anxiety at bay.
But scent goes way beyond just the litter box. It totally dominates how they bond with you. For a cat, scent is identity. Have you ever wondered why your cat insists on sleeping directly on your laptop bag? Or why they immediately curl up on a shirt you literally just took off? They aren't just looking for a soft spot to nap. To a cat, your scent is their ultimate safe zone. When they do this, they're seeking emotional security, and they're actively building a scent map of their territory.
And the science backs this up beautifully. According to applied animal behavior science, cats exposed to their owner's scent show measurably lower stress levels, even in totally unfamiliar places. Your smell isn't just background noise to them, it is profound emotional comfort. So if your cat suffers from separation anxiety, a fantastic trick is to just leave a worn, unwashed shirt near their bed. But, and this is a major warning for all owners out there, constantly washing their bedding or spraying air fresheners in their favorite spots might seem nice and tidy to us, but to them, you are literally erasing the very scent map that is keeping them sane.
Which brings us to Section 3, leveling the spatial playing field, height and posture.
Try to think about this from your cat's perspective for just a second. To them, you are a massive, fast-moving, loud figure that almost always approaches them from above. Even for a cat that absolutely adores you, that sheer size disparity creates a really intimidating barrier. In the animal kingdom, approaching from above is inherently threatening. But when you sit quietly on the ground, everything shifts. You suddenly become smaller, slower, and instantly way less threatening.
Lowering yourself literally removes a daily stress signal for your pet. Animal behavior research actually proves that when you remove this height threat, your cat doesn't have to constantly crane their neck or feel cornered. By simply sitting down on their level, they'll start approaching you out of genuine comfort and a true feeling of safety, rather than just walking over because they want you to feed them. It fundamentally changes how they perceive your presence in their territory.
And this spatial dynamic reveals probably the biggest structural mistake built into almost every single home. Human spaces are designed horizontally, but a cat's world is desperately vertical. Think about it. Everything in your house, your couches, your shelves, your entire floor plan, is designed horizontally for human convenience. But cats, they desperately need vertical space for their basic survival and their psychological well-being.
The Journal of Applied Animal Behavior Science put it perfectly, noting that cats with access to vertical spaces showed significantly lower stress levels and fewer hiding behaviors. Out in the wild, height equals safety. Being up high allows them to observe their entire environment without any fear of being cornered. When they're stuck entirely on the floor all day, they feel incredibly exposed. By simply adding a tall cat tree, maybe putting up some wall-mounted shelves, or, honestly, even just clearing off the top of a bookshelf, you give them vital control over their environment. It's not just a cute preference for them, it's a biological necessity.
Finally, let's look at Section 4, a calmer, braver cat, the feline paradigm shift.
As we wrap up this explainer, here is the ultimate blueprint we've uncovered to totally transform your cat's environment. Step 1, honor the hunter. Start using puzzle feeders and stop making those meals so effortless. Step 2, respect the scent map. Keep their bathroom absolutely spotless, but please let their resting areas retain your comforting scent. And Step 3, provide vertical safety. Give them the high ground so they can observe their kingdom securely. When we move away from pure human convenience and start honoring these deep feline instincts, it creates a calmer, braver cat that finally feels like they truly belong in your home.
I want to challenge you to practice some immediate, actionable empathy. Try this tonight, seriously. Just sit on the floor for 10 minutes. Don't call your cat over, don't reach out for them. Just lower your physical presence and let them approach you entirely on their own terms. You might be completely shocked by how quickly they come over, sit right next to you, and show a totally new level of trust.
We've covered a lot of ground today. We looked at the invisible world of scent, the psychology of hunting, and the geometry of safety. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Now that you know exactly how they see the world, what will you step up and change about your routines today to meet the silent needs of your cat? Thanks for joining us for this explainer, and keep learning.